if you own a business, you probably have some kind of phone connection to your building. What's amazing is that these connections provided by telecoms, and I'm not going to name anyone, but you know who they are, typically have you in these long contracts. The reality is you're not ever going to get away from having these telecom contracts because it's part of how they're able to justify building out or providing that service to you over a 2, 3, 5, 10-year period. Most of the time you see these contracts being 3 years. Typically, they have this thing called an early termination fee, or ETF, that depending on the type of contract is 60 to 70% of the remaining balance of the contract. So if you're 6 months into a 36-month contract, you could owe potentially 60 to 70% of the remaining balance of your monthly reoccurring charge. That being said, things to look out for when it comes to telecom contracts, and part of why you might want to switch over to one of the providers we use, is they have a 2-year contract. That's their baseline. But then after that, it goes month to month. And they are very easy to work with. They're really great. But where we can really help out on that is finding out when your contracts come to expire, making sure there's no evergreen clause in it, as that's a fairly common clause in almost every contract. So the month that it expires, they auto renew you for a year. So knowing what your contract dates are extremely important. And if your IT provider is not helping you track that, they really should be. That's something that we're going back through right now and really working with all of our clients on, is making sure we know when their contract dates are up. That way we can make sure that they're getting the best service for their dollar. We can recheck everything, make sure that they're getting what they're paying for as well. But yeah, make sure you know what your early termination fee looks like. Make sure you let your vendor know, or the ISP know, that you don't want there to be an evergreen clause, and then know when the renewal date is, so that way you know when to either cancel if you need to, or that way you can cancel if you need to. So really paying attention to those contract dates is extremely important.